Hey YouTube, Dale Cooper here. I got my Honus Wagner silver bars, and so I thought I'd make a video, show you what they look like. I sort of mentioned at the end of my last video that I bought two of these. I really loved the concept right off the bat, no pun intended. I looked today and they say they have about 100 left. I don't know how accurate that is, but they certainly haven't been flying off the shelves, which I guess is understandable. You know, you're talking about like $80 for an ounce of silver, and bars aren't something that a lot of people really care about anyway. But I love it for a bunch of reasons. I'm a baseball fan in general. I was big into baseball cards when I was a kid, and this set was always sort of like the holy grail. You know, the Honus Wagner card everybody knows. And I thought, at first when I thought about the fact that they did this the first one in the series, I was like, what else can they do? You know, there's Ty Cobb, there's Christy Mathewson, I guess. And I looked on Wikipedia, and Cy Young was part of that set, and there was somebody else, another pretty famous Hall of Famer that I'd forgotten about. But, you know, as far as like general public knowledge, I think this and Ty Cobb are probably the two biggest. So I can understand them putting their best foot forward and doing this one first, but I'm wondering, you know, what's going to come next and if anyone's going to care. But, you know, obviously you don't want to make it so that no one cares immediately. So, like I said, I can understand why they went with the Honus Wagner first. But anyway, I just love the concept. I thought it was a cool idea. And the reason it appealed to me, I can show you here. I think I mentioned in like maybe my first video or one of the first ones I made that I bought my first ounce of silver when I was about 11 years old in the early 90s. There was actually a coin shop in my hometown that sold baseball cards at the time, and my neighbor's dad was big into baseball cards. I mean, he had like Lou Gehrig's and Babe Ruth's and just an insane collection. So he would take me and his sons to these, you know, to card shows and stuff. So he took us to this shop once. I didn't even know they sold baseball cards, and I probably would never go otherwise. So they were always really nice to me and would give me good deals. So one time I had like, I forget how much money I had, like $30 or something to spend, which was a lot in the early 90s for an 11-year-old kid. So I went with my dad to this coin shop, and you know, I was determined to get something of value that would not like a flash in the pan type of player that wasn't going to be worth anything in a week. So I wanted one of these T206 series cards. So here's what I bought. I still have it. I sold almost all my baseball cards in college or high school, but I still have this one. Ganzel, not a famous player. I just liked it because the color is so vibrant, and it's in really good shape too. You know, it's some discoloration on the back, but I had one other of these cards when I was a kid, and it was creased and just really beat up. So this one I just loved because it was in such good shape. So this was like $25. And then I had a few dollars left, so my dad tells me, he's like, you know, instead of just buying some, you know, throwing that money away, why don't you get something that'll actually be worth, you know, money in the long term. So this is what I got. I still have this too. This was a 1 ounce Engelhard silver bar. It was like I think I paid about $4. Spot was $3 something at the time. So this was my first ounce of silver. Besides like junk silver that my grandma had given me, but as far as what I actually bought with my own money, this was the first one. So that's why this series really appealed to me, because it's kind of like both of those things in one, right? It's a silver bar with these cards printed on it. I thought it was a cool concept. I like the way they did the back to look like the Piedmont back of the actual cards. And I didn't know what elemental was, so I looked that up. and that's actually a company that owns Provident and OPM and NTR and some other companies. So I didn't know that. Anyway, so this will be interesting to see what happens. It's probably, you know, the fact that there's only 1,900 of them, 1,909, you know, makes me wonder if they might, you know, creep up in value, or this might just be a total dud and no one will care. So execution wise, I'm a little disappointed overall. So it's in this acrylic case which came in this box, which I kind of like the design of. In general, the only thing I don't like is, except for, it says right here 1, that's the only place on this box I can see that it tells you that it's the first bar in the series. So maybe these little stickers will be different on each one. I don't know, but up on this end it says, "See that seal is not broken." There's a plastic seal on there. So that kind of bothered me, because it's like, you know, you make me feel like I'm ruining it by just opening it and looking at it. I did take it off, and it didn't really damage anything, but, you know, the seal won't go back on. So, I don't know, that seems kind of crazy to put it in this, like, packaging. You can't even see it, and then seal it and say, even, not just seal it, but say, "See that seal is not broken." I mean, I think this is, like, modeled after the cigarette packs that these cards used to come in, so maybe it's a, you know, that's what that means. Like, you would see that on the cigarette pack, but I don't know, it just kind of bothered me. And then, you know, this thing is kind of like on the front, I don't know if you can see, so this Honus Wagner picture is clearly some sort of like decal or something, and right here on the right side, and then 2 spots here on the left, you can see where there's little like dimples or creases where it didn't quite seat right. And then on the back there's, I don't know how well it'll show up, but right next to the F in fine silver there's pretty decent scratches, and that's actually on the bar itself, not on the case. So like I said, I really like the concept, I really like the design. The execution's kind of meh. I mean, you're paying $80 for an ounce of silver, so I would expect a little more attention to detail, I guess. But anyway, that's what I got. We'll see if I get any more in the series. I've been kind of trying to get back to basics again. I made a back to basics video a while back, and sort of I haven't been buying too much high premium stuff, but except for these, and then I bought the British coins from JM Bullion that I was hoping to flip, but they're pretty milk spotty, so I don't think that's going to work out very well. So anyway, I'm just trying to recalibrate, and I don't know if flipping in general is working out well for me. It's easy to get caught up in all that stuff. Silver Slacker just did his full stack video, and he was talking about his average cost. So I made this big elaborate spreadsheet of all my purchases, and for some reason I never thought to do that, so I calculated it, and it's like $26. So that includes, you know, Wedgetail Eagle proofs and some pretty high premium stuff. But anyway, I'm trying to get back to, especially with silver prices so low right now, I'm gonna maybe sell off a few of the high premium things and just try to get some ounces. Gold is really my plan, my long-term plan. But like I said, silver's just taken such a beating, it's hard not to stack silver right now. So since my last video, I've bought, when the eBay had the 10% eBay bucks, I got $10 face value of Franklin halves with that, and with Provident sale I bought 25 Libertads, and then I got the $5 face value roll of Canadian dimes just for free shipping. I calculated it out both ways, and it was slightly cheaper per ounce to do that. And actually I was gonna, so last night, Sunday night at like 8 o'clock or something, the price of silver was at like $14.80. So those Libertas were like $17.10 each for bank transfer e-check. So I was thinking about buying another 25, and I didn't. And this morning it's gone back up, so I'm curious if anybody jumped on it while it was really low. That was a heck of a deal. So anyway, that's my plan going forward, and I'm sure I'll stray off course again, but yeah, trying to stay away from the high premium stuff. Those lunar skull coins I'm passing on, which means they'll probably do really well. But anyway, that's it for me. Let me know what you guys think of this, and if anyone else bought these. Like I said, it was sort of a sentimental connection for me. I can understand why they're not flying off the shelves, I guess, but it seemed like a cool concept to me. So anyway, that's it. That was longer than I thought it would be, so I will talk to you later. Bye.